My name is Aaron Finger. I'm the program director for I-9 Sports of Greater North Phoenix. This Esperanza is going on our, I think it's 8th season now. We've been around for a little over 2 years. So we started back the winter of 2014 with about 130 kids at this location. And now we have locations in Glendale at Arrowhead Elementary School, North Scottsdale, Sequoia Elementary School, Mountainside Fitness up the Carefree Highway, Roadrunner Park in Paradise Valley, and this season we're about 700 kids. So definitely growing in the right direction. So definitely happy about that. It means doing things the right way, and appreciate you guys joining it for the first time. We really appreciate the volunteer coaches. Without you guys, we wouldn't have this organization. So we greatly appreciate it. Just a little background on myself. So I'm originally from Phoenix. I grew born and raised here in Scottsdale. I went to University of Arizona to study film. For the past 15 years, 16 years, I've been in the movie business in LA. I was living in Vancouver, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. The last 2 years, or 2 years prior to the last 2 years, I was in India for 2 years, working for DreamWorks Animation. I was a producer on Rise of the Guardians and Penguins of Madagascar that came out last Thanksgiving. So you might ask, what are you doing here? So I also have, at the time, a 3-year-old, and my wife was pregnant again. So the film industry is pretty crazy, as you can imagine. It's a lot of politics, a lot of egos, a lot of hours. So decided to make a big change. When we were living in India, there was a big soccer field out there, and every weekend, I take my kid out there and see all the kids running around playing, and I was like, cool to do something different and just, be with my kid a little bit more. So looked into I-9 Sports. So we're the nation's largest youth sports program. There's 150 of us nationwide. There's a couple other in the valley here that occupy kind of the south, one that borders me in Scottsdale area. But yeah, so decided to try something different, move out here. Yeah, it's been 2 years now and definitely enjoying it. My kid's been in the program for a couple of years now. My other guy is 2, almost 3, so we'll get him started. And yeah, we'll keep growing. So I-9 Sports, why are we different from organization? 3 main reasons. Our core values as an organization is fun, safety, convenience. Fun, we take buddy requests. It's equal playing time. It's a non-competitive recreational program. It's not a 3 practice. So convenience, once a week on a Saturday or Sunday. We're not a 3 practice during the week and a game traveling all over the place every Saturday. So you guys signed up for, probably it's convenient, it's once a week, and we're about fun. It's not competitive. I grew up playing soccer with my dad, getting red carded out of the games for yelling at me or the kid, So that was my experience, and it's kind of funny now that I'm running something that's completely opposite. So inclusivity, everybody plays. The parental pledge, you guys all signed this document here, or acknowledged it when you signed up your kid. I'll just briefly read it. I, the parent of guardian the I-19 player, agree that the most important outcome of the game is for my child to have fun. My child needs my approval, support, regardless of what happens in the game. I'll refrain from the use of negative or derogatory language aimed at the officials, the coaches, my child, other players. I'll encourage my child and all other players in the game. Let the coach be the coach. I'll do my best to model the sportsmanship-like behavior I wish my child to adopt, and support the coach in making the best possible experience. So this we take serious, guys. We've had a couple instances where there was an overexcited parent out there, and we all day long, if you want to encourage, cheer on your kids, that's great. We'll take that all day long. But if you start, saying, "Oh, come on, man, no." Example, like a couple of years ago, start of the season, we had a coach. It was for 3 and 4 soccer. The kid was dribbling the ball, scored the goal on the wrong goal, and the guy's like, no, and it was like, everyone kind of looked at him like, and I'm like, no, you should have been clapping. That was awesome. He scored a goal. Like, that's the point of it. He scored the goal. And then we tell the kid, yeah, next time, that's your goal over there. But yeah, so we want to encourage these kids. We want them to have fun in sports. We want them to come back and enjoy it. The study shows 78% of kids drop out of sports by the age of 12 because there's too much pressure from the coaches, the parents, the referees, the sideline banters. So that's I-9 Sports. For safety, other reasons, we do require mouth guards for flag football and basketball. We don't want any busted teeth or lips. We have first aid supplies on the field. We take the concussion safety awareness stuff pretty seriously. The when in doubt, sit them out. If someone bangs heads, we're going to sit them out, make sure it's okay. I mean, we'll leave that up to you guys to take to the doctor and get the doctor's notice, but we'll definitely sit them out for that game. Don't want to worry about the concussions. And then also convenience. There's no practices during the week, so it's just the Saturdays. So I'm going to introduce Marvin Sumter. He's our lead instructor. He'll be coming up here to talk about coach expectations in a little bit. We have some of our staff here tonight, so once we're done kind of going over the season overview, we're going to break up in little sections, and you guys will get a chance to meet the instructors. We'll talk about kind of the program that they have in store for you this season. So we start here October 3rd at Esperanza. Jamboree, that's our opening day. That's what we like to call the first day. So this is the time where, all you guys that are new, all the first-time players, we have about 180 kids at this location this season. Coming for the first time, it's a lot. So we try to be as organized as possible, and I'll kind of tell you the rundown. So we ask you guys to check in 30 minutes before. So if your practice starts at 9, we actually be here at 8:30. If it's at 10:15 practice, then we want you to be here at whatever that is, 9:45. Can't do my math today. So the first thing, when you guys come to the field, you're going to see big signs for check-in. So you guys are going to walk towards your sports sign. That's where you're going to be. We tend to have these kind of close by the fields that they're going to be on, so it's not crazy. But again, a lot of people for the first time, field set up for the first time. Check out, come to your sign. Behind your sign, you're going to find your team number in the ground as well. So we ask you guys to just come to the sign, stand behind the sign. This is just to keep everything sort of organized and on point. When you guys get to your sign, you're going to see your team number on your coach's bag. So that's when you know where to line up. It'll actually be behind your sign. Inside, the first thing you're going to find is your red coach's shirt. So these will be for each one of you guys. We do have bathroom there if you want to just drop your stuff there, go to the bathroom, change it, or flip it on. I don't think it's quite chilly enough to layer up just yet, but at some point in the winter season, you guys would be putting these over your long sleeve shirts. Next, you're going to find your team clipboard with a team roster. So this is going to have all of your jerseys. All the jerseys are going to be in the bag. They'll be folded in the roster orders. We've also this season went ahead and wrote down the numbers corresponding to the names, so you don't have to worry about that. All the sides will be labeled. They'll be in the order, so you can just kind of go down the list and hand them out. But the sides are also written down for you this time. This season as well, we're happy to introduce our coach name tags. So you guys will also have one of these in your bags along with a whistle. A little bit scared to give you guys these. We're going to allow kind of the instructors to do most of the whistling, but if you find that kid is not stopping because of the soccer ball, feel free to go wild on it. So jerseys in there. So when people are checking in, you guys can just hold up your clipboard, stand behind your sign, greet your parents. How you doing? I'm Coach James. Welcome. Have the kids just line up behind you. When you have about 85% of the kids on the roster, then you'll make your way out to the field. And we'll have field signs out there as well, so you'll know where you're at. Once you guys get to the field, you'll sit your kids down, semicircle, or however you want to do it. It's just a little bit organized that way, and just distribute the jerseys. After you guys are done with the jerseys, we have new name tags this season as well. Nice, beautiful, shiny name tags. The stars on these name tags indicate how many seasons the players has played with us, so you'll get an idea of this guy's been through the program before he kind of gets the drill or not. So go ahead and hand out the jerseys, stick on the name tags, and then probably the most exciting thing for the day for the kids is to come up with 2 team names. So we have a first choice and a second choice. No one wants to be called the FO1s. So we're going to have the Dragon All-Star Ninjas, the Super Mario Kart Rock Stars. Have them come up with 2 names. We do that because these kids are pretty creative these days, so I guarantee you there'll be 2 of the same names. So that's what we have, your first choice and second choice. At the end of the day, you guys will turn in your roster along with, you can keep the clipboard if you want, that's yours if you want to keep it. And you have the rosters all sent to you, they're all online as well. You should have all got those today, hopefully you did. If you didn't, let me know. But yeah, we'll take these, we'll record the team names, we'll update the website, so we'll have all that for you. And that way when Grandpa Harry comes to the field, we can say, oh yeah, number 18, your grandson's over there on field 2, he's number 18 over there. That way it's all there for you. If you guys are flag football, you'll find a white or black flag belt. So the white corresponds to the small or extra small jerseys. The black corresponds to the medium or large jerseys. That'll also be written out for you on the roster, so we'll do that for you. If you're T-ball, you'll find a hat for all the kids, so go ahead and hand those out as well. Let's see. So while you guys are distributing all the jerseys, doing the name tags, coming up with the team names, we're going to ask that the parents stick around. The team sign kind of gathered. Our instructors are going to give them a brief parent meeting. It's kind of a slim version of this meeting, very slim. We have just a few points we want to highlight about the season, some of the things that we're going to be covering here tonight. The other thing our instructors are going to be doing while you guys are checking off kids is handing out picture packets to all the parents. There will be a coach form as well that we'll give to you guys. So we'll have instructors hand those out. Picture day this season is going to be on October 31st, Halloween. We'll do something fun with the fields, but I don't think we're going to have costumes for dress-up day. That wouldn't go over too well. So picture packets, we also have these parent, mini info sheets. That's kind of a rundown of the agenda the instructor is going to be talking about. So more information, the better. Parents are expected to arrive 15 minutes prior to, so the email I sent out today has a PDF. You guys can feel free to copy and paste that, send it to the parent. We recommend calling if you can. Everyone doesn't check their emails, so if you guys have between now and a week from Wednesday time to give the parent a call, we'd appreciate that. Just introduce yourself. Say, hey, I'm going to be helping assistant coach. We have another instructor that's going to be also running the practices. Please arrive 15 minutes before we start on Saturday, October 3rd. Just a quick introduction, that would be appreciated. Let's see. So I think that takes care of week 1. Again, turn in your coaches' bags, the clipboards with the rosters, and yeah. So starting week 2, that's when we introduce our sportsmanship value lessons each week, and I'll send it to the first week as well. We'll be sending you guys the practice plan of the sport and the age division, as well as the sportsmanship value lesson that you'll be getting. So you'll get a preview on every Tuesday before that coming Saturday. You'll know what the sportsmanship value topic is, as well as what the instructors are going to be doing on the field, so you have some idea. God forbid something happened to one of our instructors, you guys are out sick, your assistant coach, you guys have the tools to move forward with the practice. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but that's why we're going to send those out every week, so you guys feel comfortable doing that as well. So starting week 2, we ask that you guys arrive 15 minutes before, and the reason for that is to stop by the canopy, pick up a hard copy of your value lesson. We'll have those there if you don't want to print it out at home. We'll have them there just in case you forget it. That way you can take it to the field and actually read from it, come up with your own stuff, but as long as you're addressing that stuff. You're also going to pick up your medal. So at the end of the game, that's when you'll sit down the kids and hand out our sportsmanship medal. I didn't bring our sign, but at the end of the game, after you guys award the medal, we'll send the kid back to the canopy, have them take a picture with our sportsman award sign. We take pictures of that, we put it on our private Stunbug site, we share it with all the parents, so if you guys want to post it on Facebook or do whatever. We also have our site manager, Carly, this season here at Esperanza, going around taking field shots as well, so we'll get some nice action shots of your kids. We put those up online as well. So sportsmanship lessons. So new this season for our 3- and 4-year-olds. In the past, we were doing stickers for all the kids. We were finding, over the last 2 years, a lot of sticker backs being left behind. The stickers kind of easily peel off. So we have new and improved I-9 Sports stamps. So at the end of the game, you'll award that medal, and people are might be in tears, but don't worry, because once you pull out this stamper that you're going to pick up at the canopy and you crank this thing open, it's a little bit tricky at first. We'll have to show you at the canopy, but you kind of push in, stick it there. You break this out and say, all right, everybody did get a medal, tick, 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 tick. They'll be really happy. So we have like 7 varieties of this stamp, so they won't be bored with the high five, but they have the You Rock, the MVP, thumbs up. So there's some nice good flavors for that and different colors, so it'll be good. They are ink based, so they are washable. Take a little bit of elbow grease, but they will come off, I promise. Week 3. So yeah, we'll want to turn back in the stamp at the canopy when you guys are done as well, just so we can reuse them for the next team to experience that new stamp for that next week. Week 3 is a regular practice and game week. Week 4, our Listen 360 surveys go out. So just a brief on this. This survey is super critical to our organization. Not only is it a tool for our corporate headquarters in Tampa, Florida, to look down and see how we're doing, it lets us just know how we're doing, if we're doing a good job or not. So we've asked our instructors, this is what we talked to the parents about, we don't want to wait till week 4 to say, oh man, I really wish you guys would pick up the trash, or this practice, or there's a kid on my team, he never shares the ball. We want to know about that stuff week 1, week 2, week 3 when it happens, not wait till week 4 to hear about it in the survey comments. We try to avoid that, because for us, anything less than a 9 is actually a bad review. It's on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate us? And we want 10 out of 10s from everybody. That's just at the end of the day. It lets us know we're doing a good job. We'll keep up the good work. Our instructors are doing a good job. They'll get a nice bonus at the end of the season. Everyone's happy. So we really appreciate it, guys. You know, if you hear things, grumblings from the parents, let us know about it so we can improve. I mean, things like you know, every season we're trying to improve as much as we can do. That's in our control. Aside from it's raining, why are we playing? I mean, so we'll play in light rain, drizzle, but if it starts picking up wind crazy and it starts blowing around everywhere and the rain starts with lightning, we have to cancel it. I mean, it's Mother Nature. It's not. I can't control that one. That's the only thing I can't really do. Picture Day, week 5. We talked about that a little bit. So we're using a company called Portrait Effects. We'll have a separate picture schedule as well as correspondence for you guys 2 weeks before, a week prior. This is probably one of the critical days for us as well. A lot of kids, as you can imagine, a lot of teams. The beautiful thing about this company, we use them for the past couple seasons. We don't have to wait for all the kids to arrive to get that team photo. You know, if Johnny didn't get out of bed, or he's, you know, and the team's waiting, and it's delaying everything backed up. We've had that in the past with a previous company that had to wait for the team, but these guys, they shoot on a green screen, they composite the kids later, and it makes for an awesome picture. You don't have the one kid in the team picture poking his nose or looking this way or looking down. So it's great. Everyone's smiling. It's a nice, pristine picture. Everyone looks good. The coaches are looking good. So you guys as coaches, you guys will get a free, you know, coach kid pick. One thing that we'll want to remind our kids, and we'll reinforce this in email, but definitely hear it from you guys as well, everyone's got to take a team photo. Even if they're not buying pictures, everyone's got to take a team photo, because we don't want just one person in the team photo, right? We want the whole team on it. So hopefully we just encourage everybody, just take the picture, even if you're not buying it. That way we're a nice full team. Let's see, if you guys pre-order online, there's a free bag tag, luggage tag. They're pretty cool, that you'll get as well. Week 6 is a regular practice game week. Week 7 is our coach appreciation week. So like I said at the very start of this, we appreciate you guys. I mean, I can't tell you enough how much it means that you're here at this meeting tonight. It's a full house. I love seeing this. We want the parents to recognize you as well. So we're going to send an announcement. We should put some stuff on the field, some balloons out there. We want them to recognize your efforts for helping us out, because it's great. We appreciate it. So simple handshake, seen cookies, we've seen gift cards. Still waiting for that new Ferrari to be parked outside with a red bow on it. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to still push for it every season. Never know who's going to be joining our team. I know Larry Fitzgerald kid plays with the Chandler guys, so you never know. Never know what could happen. So week 8, that's our final end of season wrap up. So things are going to change a little bit different. We're going to have the practice before the game. We're going to have all the parents form a tunnel. We're going to have the kids break through our I-9 Sports breakaway banner to Eye of the Tiger with a smoke machine. It's the best part of the season for the kids. They come back just for that moment. So it's pretty cool. A lot of fun that last day. So when you guys check in at the canopy that last week, instead of picking up, so by week 7, ideally everyone's got a sportsmanship medal on the team, so we'll help you guys keep track of it. That's when you send them back to the canopy. We'll write their name, make sure we record it on the roster. So if you're like, who else needs a medal, we'll take care of that for you. So week 8, you guys will pick up a bag full of these guys for your team, as well as one of these for each kid on the team. So this is our Peter Piper end of season fundraiser that we do every season, and it helps kind of support kids that can't pay full price registration or take care of kids that are in need. So we really appreciate you guys coming and supporting our organization by coming to Peter Piper. Kids get 10 free tickets, you know, for the tokens for the games, and but they'll all walk home with a medal and an MVP award. So we have the end of season parties at the Peter Piper at 3rd Street and Bell. So we'll send out announcements, etc. That's The last day, yeah, I'm going to turn it over to the lead instructor, Marvin.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm doing time.
7 minutes. I know it's a lot of information. We want to thank you. I'm going to do a lot of reiterating and repeating some of the things he said, along with some new thoughts and different point of view. I'm the lead instructor. My name is Marvin. I coached 5 years varsity football in Tempe, 3 years JV basketball, currently coaching basketball at Mesquite High School. Outside of that, I train athletes. I love coaching. I love watching people coach to hear the different ways they interact with athletes and children. So I enjoy I-9. Aaron's a great guy. We'll have a good time. And like Aaron said, we want to wear our red shirt. The weather changes, you layer up, red shirt on top. We have the nice badges. We want to make sure we see your badges. But most importantly, you want to have your instructor's contact. Your instructor is going to be the person you sit with after we're all done talking. You all go to a table to your sport. You'll sit with your instructor. The reason why you're going to want their number is in case you have any questions. Most importantly, if you're not going to make it one day, you know the night before, let your instructor know, give them a little heads up that you won't make it so they can plan accordingly. And with that said, if you notice another parent who's very adamant or very encouraging or almost kind of hands-on, you might want to reach out to them and say, hey, I know I'll be going a different day. If you want to go to the canopy and sign up to be a volunteer. That way, we have somebody in place with a red shirt ready to coach, okay? The next thing is the sportsmanship and respect. We definitely want to have it amongst the coaches. I've had one incident where we had some banter between coaches where one coach was banter, having a good time, the other coach didn't like it. So be mindful of even if you don't mean much by it, there's a lot of different personalities we have, and we never know what that one coach might go say about I-9, and it's not really a representation of us. It was just a situation that happened between them. So let's even be respectful with the staff and the coaches. No negative sideline banter. And with football, we definitely want to wait until the defense is set. We don't want to try to get up there having these kids no huddle offense and they don't know that the coaches have something going on. If you're ready on offense, defense coach isn't ready. Let's say the defensive coach's name, say, hey, Aaron, you ready? You ready to set up? You know, make contact, talk to the coach, communicate. We're not trying to get out there and start the offense while the defense is still scrambling, trying to get ready. That's just not what we represent. Equal playing time. T-ball takes care of itself. Everybody's going to hit that ball. T-ball takes care of itself with the equal playing time. You rotate positions every time you come back to the outfield. For my T-ball coaches, no kid should play the same position twice as you come back into the outfield and the infield. Basketball, some kids are more talented than others. If you have a basketball player who just keeps scoring, he grabs every rebound, there's some things we can say, hey, you have to dribble 3 times before you can pass again, or take a break from shooting, see if you can get somebody else the ball. Little things like that. Soccer, we have a good rotation with soccer going in. Each week, we're going to have a value for the week, like Aaron spoke about. It's very important that, let's say your program starts at 9. We want to be timely. So by 9:05, 5 minutes after your scheduled program start, we want to start getting our kids together, having them sit down and say, hey, the value of today is taking turns. What does it mean to you to take turns? And let them kind of talk about it as you interact with them. Sometimes a situation I've had before, you know, and it always ends well. It's about 9:05. You can ask a coach, hey, let's start our value. And the coach says, well, I only have 2 kids. Well, I'll wait for to have more kids. Well, the time is still going. You know, we have programs that start after. We want to go ahead and start. And this will also let parents know that, hey, we're going to start on time. And if a parent or family is always late, they'll eventually learn to show up on time. It's not the instructors trying to be controlling or, you know, we're just trying to keep a good schedule. Start the games on time. That'll happen if we start our values on time. Post-game wrap-up. After the game's over, we want the teams to form a line behind the coach and go through the line doing the good game, good game, good game. We want to make sure we do good games, show good sportsmanship after every game. Then you want to gather the kids and then go over the value. Whatever that value was that morning, if it was taking turns, then you want to remind them of the value, ask them if there were any examples of that value displayed during the game. And let's say you have a kid, I'm always use Aaron. Let's say the topic was taking turns and Aaron was not taking turns today, but we do want every kid to get a medal before the end of the season. So you don't have to say, hey Aaron, you did a great job of taking turns, because that really wouldn't help the situation. You can just say, hey, the topic was taking turns today. That's what I hope we've learned. And today's medal goes to Aaron. So you don't have to lie to Aaron saying, hey, Aaron, you showed great taking turns if he didn't. You know, it is not an MVP award. It's not an MVP award. We don't want to look at it as such, you know. Kids get medal each week before the week's over. And like Aaron talked about, 3 to 4 with T-ball and soccer. If they don't get a medal, we want to make sure we give them a stamp. And then after you give them the medal, you know, everybody claps it up, congratulates them. And then we want to get a team huddle and get a break. You can either say the team name or you can say whatever the value was for that day. We just want to start getting in the habit of handshakes when the game's over. And once you bring your team together and someone gets the medal, we want to get our hands in there, have a big team break. And then the person who gets the medal, I want a new coach to tell me, where do they go? To the tent, yes. And they go and they take their picture with the sign. I don't think we don't have it today. They take a picture with the sign. And the last thing I want to talk about is we want to be mindful of the non-official volunteers. Each of you who are volunteering, you sign paperwork and you got your red shirt. If you see anyone out there who's really hands-on, just feel free to politely say, hey, would you like to volunteer? That way the kids know who they're listening to. They know that when they come, blue shirts are setting up the drills, they're giving the examples, and then the blue shirt instructors passes them off to you coaches with your red shirts, and you reiterate the drill that the instructor just went over. So if we have a whole bunch of different parents giving different instructions, it can get confusing as to what voice we're supposed to listen to. And basketball, football, and soccer, we have halftime games. And these games are to help for fun and for those who maybe did not really contribute into the game. It gives them a way to contribute to the team. So for basketball, with the younger kids, we have halftime free throws. Set the clock for 2 minutes, they line up, and they shoot. However many points they get, you add that to the score. That way every kid gets a chance to contribute to the score. Football, we have the hula hoop contest where you have the hula hoop set up. It's really target. It's really a target practice, and from different distances, the kids throw the ball, see if they can get it through the hula hoop. And then for soccer, we have Strikers Challenge. That's taking shots at the goal from different distances and angles, just to make sure all the kids are participating and having fun and contributing to that score. So, thank you.
All right, thank you, Marv. So just a couple other things and then we'll break off into groups here. So just a quick talk about parent communication. So we want you guys to have a good relationship with the parents, obviously. I mean, you're out there kind of teaching the kids, working with the kids, but the parents are important as well. They're bringing their kids out there every week. So we want you guys to have a good relationship. I'm going to give you just 2 examples of what you can do. I'm not saying this is a mandatory thing by any means. Obviously, you're all busy schedules and you're out there with your kids on Saturdays as well. But if there is time during the week, or a spouse, husband or wife wants to do a little bit more and help you out, this is an example of a wife from one of the husbands that was coaching. Just an email introduction. I think she sent this out, every week. Happy Friday, Tiger Sluggers. We hope everyone had a fantastic week. It was sure nice to have some cool weather before the heat was here. Each week I'll send out a rundown of Saturday practice and game. Feel free to contact me with any questions. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible, even if I have to track down the answer. This week's the kids will need to wear the blue jerseys, in this case black jerseys, and get ready to play the Wildcats. Practice starts at 9, so be sure to arrive by 8:45. We'll be on field 7 this week. Lisa's bringing snacks. Please make note that we have a dairy allergy on the team. Also, if you have not signed up to snacks, you can log on to the I-9 website, choose a week that works for you, and sign up for snacks. Lastly, there's a sportsmanship value lesson each week. The coaches will be selecting one child per week that demonstrates that trait well. This week's lesson is taking turns. So she just kind of summarized, did the homework for the parent, basically. We're going to be black this week. We're playing the All-Star Ninjas, and we're going to be on field 4. This person's bringing snacks. So you guys all have access to that as coaches on the website. You can see who's signing up for snacks. So if you wanted to do a little more, that's a good way to do it. This person kind of did something a little bit different. You know, they kind of did a breakdown of what they're going to be learning, because you guys each week are going to have the practice plan. So they actually included, this is the stuff that we're going to be teaching your kids this week. This is the sportsmanship lesson, and then included some, you know, some pictures, you know, that we posted on our website that she just downloaded and included in the email to the parent. So, above and beyond, at the very least, you know, simple handshakes go a long way. Just introducing yourselves. That's about all. You know, don't need to. I don't know. That was the weekend, stuff like that. Just small talk is fine, but not asking you to go out of your way to do any more. At this location and most of our locations, there are no dogs or smoking anywhere on the property, so you know, you guys can help us reinforce this with your own pets or smoking habits if you have any. Let's see. So online snacks. So one thing to do when you maybe talk to those parents for that first week, introduce yourself. Is there any allergies, dietary restrictions? That way you can kind of take note of it and send a group message. There's on the website itself, there's an email my team kind of link, so you can just do that. You don't have to put a new email, type all the addresses, send the button. Hey guys, we have 2 allergies on the team. We have a nut allergy, this allergy. Gets to everybody so they're aware. One thing we like to recommend is that the coaches for the first week, assistant coaches, you guys, sign up for snacks just that first week. Set the example. Things like sliced oranges, apples, juice boxes, granola bars, small things, you know, not too messy, not too sugary. We can do that. When you guys are talking to the kids, you know, drop down on their level. I mean, we all have kids. You know, we don't want to be this giant person. No, good job, Johnny. You know, just get down and be with them. Make the big deal out of positive the advancements, progressions. So if that guy who scores the first touchdown, applaud that moment, cheer him on, awesome, first free throw, first goal, first hit out of the park. You know, just celebrate those moments. This is a lot of people's first time into organized sports, so we want them to be happy, feel encouraged, feel good about themselves. I already mentioned to contact the parents by a week from Wednesday, if you can do that. Reminder that sportsmanship lessons start on week 2, not week 1. There's too much going on with the check-in stuff that we already went over. You guys are the first line of defense of the parents. You know, your ears are on the fields. So if there is a grumbling, like I mentioned with the surveys, let us know about it so we can tackle it right away. And we don't want to wait until the surveys come on. Here I go. I checked my email on the surveys. Oh boy, here we got a lot of comments. So we try to want to avoid that. We all want to just see 10 out of 10s, and I don't actually get those emails. Only emails I get say negative feedback for Aaron Finger. I'm like, oh great, what do we do this time? So I want to avoid those. It's painful reading them, but we want to read them. If there's something that we can learn from, again, that's what we're here to do. Make this the best experience. So let's see, I think Mark talked everything. Clean up the fields. You know, if there are snack wrappers, just grab a couple things if people leave them behind. We'll have the trash cans at the canopy, so you can do that. Lost and found, if there's any items left behind, we usually take a picture of it. We put it in our newsletter. So every Wednesday, so on Tuesdays you guys will get the practice plans. Wednesday you're going to get my weekly newsletter. I stay up late over the weekend doing. Just kind of talks about the next week, any important moments. You know, picture week coming up. We include all of our field photos on that, so you guys can click on the photo link, download the pictures, share them with friends. Starting to get pretty active on social media, so you know, if you see a friend request from Aaron Finger, you'll know who it is. I got my kids on it. It says I9 Sports. If you want to accept me, we'll tag you in the photos. It's just kind of fun, builds up the brand a little bit. So we definitely appreciate you guys doing that and tagging me if you post a cool picture, or any of our instructors. We're all connected on Facebook, so it's definitely a good way to keep promoting this brand. And then lastly, the Monday morning rule. I've never had to use this in 2 years, and it's probably working every time I talk about it in the coaches meeting. If there is something heated on the field, an issue comes up, an argument, something like that, we ask you guys just to be the bigger person. Let it go. If it's still an issue, and after Saturday night, a nice glass of wine with the wife or husband, it's still an issue, call me Monday morning. But 9 out of 10 times, it just dissolves, and it wasn't a big deal, because after all, we're just helping kids succeed in life through sports. We're having fun out there. Nothing's really that big. So, let's see. Any general questions before we break up into smaller groups? General questions that are kind of not sports specific?
I have one about snack. It has not ever been consistent when my son's participated of when snack actually happens. Some people do it halftime, some people do it
Great question.
after. When is the I-9 stance on
The
snack?
I-9 stance is after that medal, after we dismiss the kids, after that, go Ninjas. Then it's snack time.
Oh.
Everyone go to snack. So the coaches, you can just have, go Ninjas. All right, guys, you know, Emily's got the snacks today. Go see Emily for snacks. That's the best way to do it. Good question. Definitely good question. One other question I'll just address real quick, because a lot of times we get this a lot, or I get an email about it. Hey, I see that I'm the only one on the roster as the coach. I thought there was a coach. And, you know, unfortunately our system doesn't allow us to say our instructor is the head coach. It just allows the volunteer person to be on there. So rest assured we have staff instructors for all the sports, and that's why we call you guys the assistant coach. You know, there are some coaches out there that really want to be the head coach, come up with this stuff on their own. And I think we're going to evolve that as we get more and more teams. We're going to call on more guys to kind of take more ownership, because, you know, our instructors can't, you know, cover all the bases, but this is definitely what's been working so far for the past 2 years, and I like the system. I mean, we got expertise, knowledgeable expertise in all the different sports, so you guys don't have to worry about it if you haven't played soccer since you were, you know, 8 years old. We have people that are playing in college that are still playing, and that's why we do that. So, thanks so much, guys, for coming. Really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks.